If you are thinking of going off the pill and you're not really sure about it, I'm here to share my journey with you from a spiritual perspective. Hi guys, my name is Yeva Berishaita. I am a mindset and manifestation coach. For those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, on this channel we talk about mindset, spirituality, lots on manifestation, personal development, and so much more. And today we are going to be talking about the pill. So this video is for all of you ladies out there who are maybe considering going off the pill and are just kind of like interested in finding out about other people's stories and what they went through so that you can maybe like build your own perspective on it a little bit better. Also, if you want to find out about how my life really drastically changed by going off the pill, then just keep watching. So, for those of you who might know me because of my YouTube channel, my Instagram, or my podcast, then you'll kind of know what kind of person I am. So, I am genuinely a happy person, I'm a positive person, and it has not always been this way. So basically, my journey with the pill started at age 21 when I was just having really severe cramps during that time of the month, and I went to my doctor and she prescribed me birth control pills. And I took those pills for almost 4 years, I'd say. I started noticing changes in the way that I was feeling, but when I went to the doctors, no one could really tell me why I was feeling this strange. So let's jump to the start of the story. So, up until the ages of 20, no, up until the age of 21, I was into mindset and personal development and was reading about those books. And I was really into spirituality and just learning about what else is out there, kind of like learning about religions and learning about laws of the universe and law of attraction. And that's kind of like where my mini awakening, so to say, started, was around the ages of 19, 20, and 21. And during that time, I was very similar to how I am now. So I was a bubbly person. I am very outgoing. I like trying out new things. And this is the way that I just am. You know, it's my natural state of being. And then when I turned 21, as I said, I started doing birth control because I had really bad cramps and I was prescribed the pills. And so I took them. I basically took them and I took them for 4 years. And what I really noticed is when I went on birth control pills, I was almost the same weight all the time throughout those 4 years. My weight did not really fluctuate. What else I noticed was I had super clear skin throughout those 4 years, right? When I was on the pill. What else did I notice? Oh, after around a year or a year and a half of being on the pill, I noticed that I wasn't really being myself anymore. I wasn't this outgoing person like I used to be, right? I wasn't into personal development at all. And I was just in that mentality of, okay, I have to find a job, I have to start my studies, then I'm gonna do an office job, then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do that. And I felt very robotic. And I kind of felt like a part of my personality had just left, right? I felt like a part of me has just left, but I thought, okay, well, I'm getting older and things are becoming a little bit more difficult in my life. I have to make important decisions, and this is probably the type of person that I'm becoming, right? And I kind of accepted it to be my faith, which is scary because, as I said again, I was not like I became so much more negative after like being on the pill. So at the eight like being on the pill for a year and a half, I was like 22, 23 basically. Um I started becoming a lot more negative, and I wasn't into self-development at all anymore. I was just functioning and trying my best to fit into society. And it sounds so weird when I think about it now because I'm fully the opposite of it. I'm fully naturally the opposite of it. And so I noticed that like my friends started saying, "Yeah, you've changed," or my boyfriend started saying, "You're not kind of like the same person anymore." And I really took that into consideration, and I started sensing a change within myself as well, but I couldn't really pinpoint what it was, right? And as I said, I was on the pill for like 4 years, and I started noticing a change after like a year and a half. And so I was still on it for a while. And what started happening was my I felt like a robot. I felt like happy and sad did not make a difference to me. I was neutral all the time, fully neutral all the time, and more of like a negative neutral. So I was looking at things in a negative perspective. I wasn't a great person to be around. That like if I saw myself like today at like if I would have met myself like right now, I would be like, who is this negative person? And that was me back then. And again, this is a disclaimer. I'm not a health professional in any way. I'm just sharing my story. So what I really noticed was that I was just really the same every single day, no matter what happened. And I remember like my older sister passed away during that time. I think I was 24 when that happened, and I had such trouble grieving. Like, I could not grieve, I could not handle the emotion of grieving because I was just so neutral the whole time. And this like shock wave of sadness hit me, and I had really big troubles grieving. And I would just put on the face of, I'm okay, I'm fine, but deep down, I was like literally dying, like literally fully dying. And I did not know how to address that sadness, right? And when I look back on it, I know that my mental state had so much to do with that. And my mental state was like that for me personally because of the birth control pills that I was on. And I just started doing research. I started really looking into what side effects it had on me besides the side effects that were written on like the pamphlet, you know. And I really started Googling so much, listening to so many people's journeys of similar things that they went through. And I decided for myself that I'm just not going to be taking them anymore. And I basically stopped taking the pill after 4 years, and crazy things started happening in my life. One of the really strange side effects that I started having, and I was just so shocked that I started having this, it was insane. So I went off the pill, and basically, like, I'd say it was a weekend that I was not on the pill. I, one evening, I absolutely started shivering so badly. Like I was absolutely freezing. I was freezing. I did not have a cold. I did not have anything. I was not sick. I was just freezing. And I remember my boyfriend putting like 5 blankets on me because I was that cold. And my body started shaking, okay? So it was really a bizarre thing that happened. And that lasted for like I think an hour, and then it basically went away. And I knew for me personally it was because I simply went off the pill. And like I'm sharing my own personal experience, so it in no way means that this will happen to you, or if it didn't happen to you, it really, like, I'm just sharing my own story because when I look back upon it, I think there are some things that are really good takeaways, and you can be the judge of that. So, yeah, after that, what started happening was I had massive, massive mood swings, and I would cry so much because, like, my shoes got wet, or like because of just things that were so unimportant, I took them really, really seriously. And I would just cry over those things. And this went on for months, guys. It went on for months, and it was so hard to go to work and to do everyday tasks for me personally because I was just so out of it emotionally. Another thing that started happening, and I think a lot of people, a lot of women went through this, is that I started having incredibly bad acne. I started having really bad cystic acne all over my face, and I naturally have clear skin. Like, I've not been on the pill for like 4 years now, I'd say. And I get spots every now and again. Now I'm obviously wearing makeup, but I have skin. It's good. It's good. It's fine. But when I was on the pill, it was just ridiculous. I got so much cystic acne, and I don't know if you guys know this, but depending on where you get your acne, that's like kind of like the troubling part in your body. So I tended to get lots of acne like on the lower part of my chin, and that has a lot to do with your hormones, right? And my hormones were everywhere. It was just a complete disaster. And weight gain. I gained so much weight after going off of the pill. I just felt so self-confident, self-conscious because of that, obviously. And it was just like not good. So I gained so much weight. My emotions were everywhere, and I had like acne. And I was just not feeling good. And so I went to a dermatologist, got creams, got everything. But it took a while. It took like, I'd say like 2 years for my skin to fully like heal and stop getting cystic acne like almost every day. And it was just a horrible feeling. But after after all of that bad stuff stopped happening, right? Like the weight gain wasn't a problem anymore, or the acne was reducing, or I wasn't like crying all the time, then I started feeling much better, and I started feeling so much more like myself. And even when I would cry, or even when my hormones would be all over the place, I still felt better than how I emotionally felt when I was on the pill. Because for me, there was nothing worse than just feeling neutral all the time. I hated that feeling. If anything, for me personally, it's better to have the ups and downs than to feel like a robot the whole time. And that's how I felt because of the pill. And so after a while, I started getting back into personal development and spirituality, and then it really like just leveled up fully. Like I started learning so much on such a speedy level that I could barely keep up with what my mind was like puzzling together and putting into place, which was really strange because I feel like the 4 years that I was like on the pill, or 3.5 or something, I didn't really do much personal development. And after I came off of the pill, I feel like all of that wasted time was just flung onto me, and I would buy books over books. I invested so much into learning, and it's just growing and growing and growing. And of course my hormones balance itself. Of course I still have cramps, but they're not as bad as they were after I went off the pill. When I went off the pill, I had incredible cramps. I didn't even know what I should do. Like I just took painkillers because it was just that bad. And now I feel like I can fully embody the emotions that I feel, and I'm fully in control of what goes into my body and who I am. And when I looked into a lot of research before getting off of the pill, and I Googled just everything that I was feeling, everything that had to do with the pill, and I just Googled a lot of it. And what I basically found out is that, and I don't know, I'm not gonna find a study on it, I think, but I just found out for me that it really does block my personal spirituality and personal development level. It really, really did. And one of the reasons was that it kind of, and I just have this in my head. And as I said, I'm not gonna find a study on it. Maybe I will if I look into it, but that it was in a way kind of blocking my pineal gland, and but that was kind of like more of a theory that was just thrown out there. But I really believed that for me personally, and that is again one of the reasons why I got off the pill. But on a spiritual level, my intuition was equal to zero when I was on the pill. It was equal to zero. It was hardly there, right? And before going on the pill, I was really listening to my intuition. And then during the time, it wasn't there. I could not listen to my intuition. If you'll know me, I'm all about intuition. I'm an extremely intuitive person. So for me, not being intuitive was like having my superpower taken away from me, you know? And then when I got off the pill again, the same week, my intuition came back. Even though I wasn't feeling that well, I had that inner voice of like, you're doing the right thing and keep going and it's gonna get better. And so I've been off the pill for like, what, 4 years now, and I'm not going on it. And it drastically changed so many things in my life in a negative way when I was on it. I lost myself fully. Like my personality and my character was just completely different. And I'd love to know, guys, if you experienced anything like that, or if you maybe are on the pill and you feel that way now. I'd love to know in the comments section. So let me know what you're going through. We can talk about it. Because as I said, I just wanted to really share this story for so long. And if it helps a single person, I I'm really appreciative of that. And if you've come this far, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel below and hit the bell button to be notified whenever I post a brand new video. One of the best decisions that I made for myself personally was really to get off the pill. And it wasn't a money issue because I live in Germany and so you pay for it yourself. I don't know how it is in other countries. So it wasn't a money issue. It was just that I was putting something into my body and I knew that the side effects could be so different for so many people. And I know my girlfriends as well who went off the pill and they had similar experiences, maybe not as drastically as me. So I feel so much more balanced and so much more relaxed and so much more in control of my emotions. And I don't feel like a robot anymore. I don't feel blocked. I felt very, very blocked when I was on the pill. I love to paint and I love to write. And when I was on the pill, I didn't do anything creative whatsoever. And if anyone told me, like, oh, you should do something creative, I would just be like, no. And then if they would have known me for longer, they would know that I'm a super creative person, especially when it comes to writing or speaking. And they would just be like, who are you? Like, you're a completely different person. I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel different as well, but I couldn't pinpoint it. And ever since I've been off it, I just feel so much more like me. I just feel so much more authentic and I just feel so much more powerful in my own being and in my own authenticity. And so if you're like considering going off the pill yourself, but you're not sure, then obviously consult your doctor and do more research and just see how you feel about it intuitively, what your intuition says, if you can hear it, and just make a decision. And for a lot of people, they get a lot of acne or weight gain after, but it doesn't have to apply to everyone. I know people that did not gain any weight, just had a little bit of acne and that was it. So it's completely different for everyone. And yeah, just decide. Just decide. And I hope that this video kind of like shed some light and that, yeah, maybe you resonate with it. And I really, really hope that you enjoyed it and that it brought value to you. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you an absolutely amazing day and comment below just how much you enjoyed the video and if you resonated with it. And yeah, I'd absolutely love to know. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We don't talk about these types of topics much, but I wanted to share it with you. We talk more about mindset, self-development, law of attraction, spirituality, and all of that jazz. So if you're interested in that, make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already. Also follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram is Your Mind is Heaven. And I also have a Facebook group that is the Heaven on Earth community. I do lives in there frequently. And yeah, come and join our community. Also, if you like listening to podcasts, then make sure you check mine out. It's called Talks with Yeba. You can find it on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts. And again, all of the links of everything that I've mentioned you can find in the description section below. Thank you so much for watching. I loved making this video for you and I wish you an absolutely beautiful week and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye!